Welcome everyone to Stack Social Live. My name's Carter. I'm going to be commentating today's stream. And we got a great game going on today. We're going to have a 5 on the button, no limit hold'em stream going on. It's going to be a good one. Well, I know we're going to be starting four-handed, and we already have a few coming in at this moment to come play. So I know this table's going to fill up throughout the stream. But we're going to have some great action. Yeah, I mean, hopefully y'all are excited for this one. Make sure to come by tomorrow, Tuesday. We have our weekly tournaments at 7 p.m. It's our 3K guarantee. It's a no-limit hold'em deep stack tournament. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, August 1st at 7 p.m. We also have our Thursday bounty tournaments, which will be August 3rd at 7 p.m. as well. So make sure if you're around the Lubbock area, make sure to swing by Stack Social Club, 5004 Frankfurt Avenue, Suite 500. And we'll have both of those going on this week. We also have daily cash games. We open up every single day at 1 p.m. And we have cash games going every single day. Usually going to be a 5 to 15 round of each game we got going on. And then, of course, we have these streams going on throughout the week. We do have a stream planned Wednesday, same time as today. We did start a little bit late today, but we plan on starting around 8 p.m. On our stream days. And right now our stream days are going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. We will sometimes have some Friday streams as well, but those are not going to be every week. So we're still working on a good schedule, one that players are able to come and play, but also that we have the people to run these streams to make sure that these streams are good for our viewers. So, but yeah, we're really excited for this stream here. Haven't been able to stream much lately, but we're getting back into it. We're going to get these streams going every week. At least try to get 3 going a week. Make sure to push out some great content for y'all here at Stack Social. Looks like we're jumping right into the first hand here. And we're playing, so it's 5 on the button, no limit hold'em. And here we go, we're starting off first hand. We got pocket 10s. John under the gun with pocket 10s. Makes it 15. And he's going to make an easy fold there with the 5 deuce offsuit. Also folds to Logan. Logan on the button decides to go ahead and make the call for 10 more with the 8-3 suited. With a jack 7 deuce rainbow flop. I'm sure John's going to bet out here. He does, bets out for 15. And Logan with pretty much no equity decides to just go ahead and throw that one away. So not much action there in the first hand. Here we can see the chip cows about what everyone's starting with. Not too high stakes of a game. $100 minimum buy-in. If you're around the area and want to come hop in, it's $100 minimum. If you're not familiar with Stacks, the way we run things is we have a membership-based thing that we do. So you'll come in, you get a membership. You can pay for a daily membership or a lifetime membership. And then you also got to pay for time hourly. And that's how you're able to come and play these games. And on to the next hand here. See what we got here. Andy's got King 8 off. Go ahead and lays it down onto Adam in the hijack. We'll see if his cards will want to scan here. They don't scan, but he does fold. Logan with the Queen 10 off makes the call. And John's going to check this one. So we're off to the flop here. See how much this flop could change things. And an ace-9-5, all spades. Neither player having a spade, so kind of a terrible flop for both of them. Both of them going to go ahead and check. Turn is a queen of hearts, so that's going to give Logan second pair. John, once again, still with nothing except a gutty. And looks like Logan bets just $5, and it's enough for John to fold.
Guessing I end up chopping it with 8-7 those flush straight.
Oh yeah, Kenzie told me about that. Wasn't it like a single raise pot too?
It was a straddle and I made it 4.
Of course, we do have a few familiar a few familiar players playing today. We got John in seat 2. He's a dealer here at Stacks. We got Andy, who's a well-known player here at Stacks. Adam, who's I think he's one of Logan's friends, I believe, but he's also familiar in the streams. I know he's played a few of them, and then, of course, you have Logan, also known as Rainbow and Seat 10. He loves playing in these streams. And here we go. On to the next hand. We got, looks like John raced pre-flop to 15, and Andy on the button makes the call. And John flopping trips here with a great kicker as well. Just bets $10, and Andy with the 6-4 off. Nothing really there for him. Go ahead and lays it down. Just on the button. Had to defend his button. Couldn't hit anything on the flop. Alright, we got John here. Logan folds. John with the queen 3 suited decides to raise to 15. Trying to get a little bit of action here. And Adam's going to make the call with the king 10 suited on the button. This will be a little bit of an interesting hand. Let's see what the flop is. Oh, looks like we accidentally got a 4th card there. I believe that is the right flop, though. King 6 Jack Rainbow. So Adam flopping top pair. John going to put in a little bit of a c-bet here for $10. And I don't see Adam really just calling here. Yep, he makes a raise. Looks like 25. And John does decide to lay it down. He's not going to get himself trapped in that pot with pretty much drawing to nothing.
He just flops. He just flops top set. Raise. Yeah, unfortunately it's not a call.
Try that next time.
Fold, John, please.
All right, here we go. Hand number 5. Looks like it folds all the way around. Well, that was a very great hand.
Second worst hand, depending on how you look at it.
I had the lowest possible hand that I'm playing for.
I'm sure we'll get a little bit more action here once we get some more players. When it's 4-handed, it's going to be a little slow, but we'll have some hands here and there. I believe that was the first hand where it folded pre-flop, so I know most of these players aren't necessarily going to fold every hand. They don't play too nitty. They're welcome to see a flop with pretty much anything. Andy with the Jack 10 off makes the raise to 15 here. Adam folds his non-suited connector. Logan with the Queen Deuce folds. And John on the button with the 5 Deuce suited makes the call. So we're going to go heads up to a flop here. It's going to be 9 Jack 8 2 clubs. So John flopping the flush draw, but Andy flopping top pair and also an open-ended. So Andy's going to bet out for 15 here. And John makes the call. And a 3 spades on the turn basically helps neither player, but Andy decides to shove with his top pair for 55. John could make this call here with the flush draw, but he doesn't really have anything else to back it up. And he does fold. Not a bad shove by Andy there, trying to defend his defend his top pair. Plus, I mean, he has an open-ended, so he's got outs to a better hand anyways. And he obviously wanted to charge any flush draws, and it worked for him. So, and he's going to be taking down that pot. But we'll see some action this hand. Got Adam with the 6-4 suited. We'll see if he decides to call. He does not. He lays it down. But Logan with the ace-10 suited, surely going to raise here, and he does. He makes it 15. John not going to play the 5 deuce suited this time. But Andy with the king-9 off, probably going to defend his button here, and he does. He makes the call. So we're going to go heads up to a flop here. Flop is deuce-queen-4, helping neither player. Logan not going to be able to hit his flush, but both players do have backdoor straight draws. And, of course, both have an over to the board. Now, 5 of diamonds on the turn. That's going to give Logan a gutty to a wheel. Doesn't help Andy at all, though. Both players check again. And the river's going to be the queen of hearts. So, possibly Logan could possibly bet here with his ace high, but he decides to check. And now Andy's going to bet and probably take the pot here, and he does. He bets for 30, I believe, is how much that was. Yeah, it was 30, and Logan folds his ace high. Logan probably should have bet the river there, considering the queen on the river really didn't change much from the previous streets. Alright, here we go. Hand number 8. Logan folds, and we're on to John here. John also folds. Andy with the queen 8, probably going to hop in there. He actually raises to 15, the queen 8 off. And Adam going to defend his button with the jack 10 off. So we're going to see a flop here. And a queen on the flop is going to give Andy top pair. Adam doesn't really have much here. Andy also has a club in his hand, and Adam does not. So Adam really doesn't have really anything on this flop, and he does fold from Andy's small bet of 15. Oh, and this will be a great hand, too. We got John with the pocket 5s. Probably going to raise it up here. He does. He makes it 15. Andy with the queens probably will 3-bet here. He does 3-bet. Looks like 40, I think. Looks like 40. It is 40. And Adam folds and Logan folds as well. Don't really get to see their hands, but obviously not good enough to be playing if they fold. John's going to make the call of the 3-bet, and they're going to go heads up to a flop. And a 5 right in the door, going to give John the set, middle set. And he checks. He wants to protect his hand, and Andy going to obviously c-bet here with the 3-bet he made on the flop. He's going to c-bet for 40. John decides to rip it here, and Andy snap calling with, obviously, I mean, queens. He's got an overpair to the board. Really not expecting a set there, and a deuce on the turn. Going to give John the boat, and Andy drawing the 2 outs on the river. Could not hit a queen, so John's going to be taking down that $300 pot. Stacking Andy, and Andy's going to be coming back, looks like for 100. Shows how crazy stacks can be, though. People getting stacked within the first 10 hands of the stream. Even while it's 4-handed, it can happen here. This place is full of action, and if you've never played here before, you have to come try here. Because this place has probably got the most action in all of Texas. like we got a straddle here from Andy. It's going to be on Adam. Adam folds. Logan's also going to fold a 7-4. Now John with the ace-jack off puts in a raise here to 15 or to 30. Sorry, 30. And Andy makes the call. And 10-7-8 2 diamonds. So Andy's got a diamond. John does not. Both players flopping a gutty. And the turn is a jack of clubs. That's a pretty bad card for Andy considering he's flopping, or he's turning top pair, but John has top pair with a better kicker, and Andy bets 15. John shoves, and Andy calls. So Andy drawing to a 9 or a deuce, and a queen on the river. Once again, Andy getting stacked by John. Just really one of the worst turn cards Andy could ask for there.
Players checks 100.
Andy will be coming back for another 100. Make sure, if y'all haven't already, make sure to check out our Facebook. You can stay updated on when we do go live. Obviously, we have our schedule, but if for some reason we can't go live for technical issues or whatever, we will be updating y'all on the streams and everything on there. So it's Stack Social Club on Facebook. Go ahead and get into this next hand. Adam's going to go ahead and fold. Logan makes the call. The 8-7, non-suited connectors. John folds. And looks like we're going to go heads up to a flop here. And Andy's got king 7 off. Flop is ace 6-5, so Logan's going to flop open-ended. Andy really doesn't flop much. He's got a backdoor to a straight. Either player with a heart in their hand, however. And there's the jack of hearts on the turn. Meaning a flush does get there. But both players check. And a 7 on the river. And Logan bets $5 and Andy calls. And Andy's going to take down that pot. Both of them hitting the 7, but Andy's got the better kicker. And I believe I did see Pat coming in. So looks like we're going to have another player. So we're going to be 5-handed on this next hand. Pat sitting in seat 4 there. Action's going to start on Logan. The king 9 of diamonds under the gun. Probably going to make the call here. Might see a raise from Logan actually. Oh, sorry. We have a straddle on Andy, and looks like Adam folds his button, and Logan does raise to 25. John going to make the call with his pocket 4s. And Pat folding queen 4 there, so that's one of John's outs for flopping a set, or at least making a set in that case. And Andy also making the call, so we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. Flop is 9-3-3, 2 spades. This is going to be an action flop here. Andy's got trips. Logan's got top pair. He's got 9s and 3s with a king. It's a great hand to have on the flop. And he does a continuation bet here for, I believe that's 35. And John with the pocket 4s. John makes the call. And Andy shoves. Looks like for 85, so it's going to be 50 more to both players. Logan makes the call pretty fast. Not too hard for him with what he's got, but John here sitting on these 4s. Wondering if he's good. I bet he's thinking he's probably not good, but he's thinking he could probably raise here and maybe have Logan beat, or could possibly just hope to hit a 4. But he does make the fold. So Logan's going to be drawing to 2 outs. Needs a 9 and a 9 only. Ace of diamonds on the river. That gives Andy the boat, but really doesn't change much because Logan's still going to be drawn to a 9. And an 8 of hearts on the river. Still in the deal for Andy. Going to be scooping that pot. He gets stacked 2 hands in a row and gets most of those chips back in the next 2. A little bit of a turnaround there for Andy. like we have another straddle from Andy. Andy loves to straddle, I know that. He likes having the last option, which isn't bad. It's how he plays. It's how he's able to reel in some pots that he really shouldn't, but he gets them anyways. Looks like Logan makes the call. Pat's probably going to call here as well with the Jack 10 he does, and Andy's going to check with his deuce 4. We're going 4 ways to a flop, which is 6-5 Jack with 2 hearts. So Logan's going to be flopping the flush draw here and also bottom pair. Pat with top pair going to go ahead and lead out for 20. Andy, who just has a gutty, but also a heart, makes the call. Adam with 7s also makes the call, having basically second pair. And Logan probably going to make the call as well with his bottom pair and flush draw. Oh shit, he shoves. Alright, so Logan's all in for, looks like, I think it is 140. I believe the graphics are right on that. He is all in for 140. Pat snap calls that with top pair. I don't see Andy making this call with just a gutter. He does fold. Adam has to think that he's beat here and probably drawing to a 7. And he does fold. So we're going to be heads up here. Logan is all in, needs a heart or a 5 or a queen, and hits the ace of hearts on the turn, sealing the deal for him. Making that second nut flush there. Going to be taking down that pot. Pat throwing in his cards pretty fast. Pretty upset with that. Looks like we have a 6th player coming in here, Jessica. You have to decline that call, Andy. No calls at the table. There we go. Looks like Pat straddled this hand, it looks like, and Andy in the hijack here, or sorry, in the under the gun +2, makes the call with pocket 7s. Decides not to raise. Just limps in here with the pocket 7s. Folds to John on the button. The ace-6 off, probably will make the call here, and he does. Jessica with the deuce 4. Folds her deuce 4, and Pat's probably going to check his straddle here with the 10-4 off. I'm going to go 3 ways to a flop here. Just Jack 5-10, so Pat's going to flop second pair. Andy having 7s with the Jack and a 10 on the board, probably not going to be thinking he's very good here. But then John with the ace-6, pretty much nothing there either, just ace, just an over card to the board. All the way checks through on the flop. And on the turn here, Pat's going to go ahead and bet out for 25 with his second pair. Andy pretty much folds instantly, as well as John, as both players really didn't have much there. Pat's going to take down that $50 pot.
Can we get 2 waters?
Make sure, if y'all haven't already and y'all are here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also like the stream so more people will see this stream that are not subscribed, so we can get more viewers here that are new. We can make this stream a little bit bigger, get players to come in that have never played here before. That's our goal with this stream. So if you haven't already, make sure to share it as well. You can share it on all your socials. If you'd like, let people know that we're streaming. If you have any friends that are like, hey, you know what, they like watching like WSOP or WPT, any of those, or even the Lodge, if they watch the Lodge, make sure to give them the link to our stream and let them know that we do streams here, and so then people can watch our streams and say, hey, you know what, I want to go play there. That's our goal with this, so we want to get as many new players as possible. So if you have some friends that love poker, send them the link to the stream, let them hang out and watch a little bit, and I guarantee you they'll enjoy it. Here we go, 6-handed now that Jessica's in here. I'm going to start on Pat under the gun. He folds. Andy with the Jack 9 off. Surely he'll call. how his range is. He does make the call. Adam with the king 5 suited. Hasn't played many hands, but means he's not losing money, but he's going to get in this one with the king 5 suited. Logan folds. John also folds, and on to Jessica with the 8-7. The connector's not suited, makes the call. Or, sorry, check. She's on the button. We're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. A little bit of lag there, but do 6 jack, 2 hearts. Andy flopping top pair. Adam with the backdoor straight draw and also backdoor flush draw. Andy checks and Adam bets out for 15. Jessica gonna fold her 8-7, but Andy's gonna make the call with top pair, and Adam turning a great turn there, giving him the flush draw and also the straight draw, and they both check in a flush for Adam on the river. The board pairing, however, and that's gonna give Andy 2 pair. And he actually bets out here with 2 pair, and he's gonna see the bad news when Adam raises probably here, unless Adam is a little bit scared of that board pairing. I'm sure he's not though, and he does. He shoves all in, and Andy obviously just gonna lay it down. Not much he can do there. Adam's going to be taking down that $200 pot, making $65 profit. Adam not playing many hands, like I said, but he was waiting for the right one, and he got that right one and made his flush, took some money. Looks like we got another straddle from Andy. Under the gun straddle as well. It's going to fold around to John in the hijack, who also folds. Jessica makes the call in the cutoff with 10-9 suited. Pat on the button defends his button with the queen 4 off, and Andy going to raise here in his straddle with ace 5 suited. Looks like he does make it 50 now, so it's going to be 40 more to both players. Jessica does make the call with her suited connector, but Pat gets out of the way pretty quick, so we're going to go heads up to a flop here. Pretty much a coin flip, a little bit favored towards Andy. Let's see the flop here. Ace-Jack 6, now it's going to be way favored towards Andy with him flopping top pair, and Jessica really not having much except a backdoor straight draw. And Andy going to lead out for 30. Does make Jessica fold. You see John and Andy trading that chip there. It's the chip with no logo on it. Some people think it's a lucky chip. Some people think it's a cursed chip and that they always lose money with that chip. And I'll tell you what, it's they have their conspiracies about that chip, and I just think it's a chip. It's no different than any other. Here we go. Adam's got pocket 6s here, so I'm sure he'll actually get in this hand. Under the gun. I'm sure he'll raise. 15. Looks like he raises to 15. Logan folds. John folds. Jessica also folds as well. So we're on to Pat on the button. I don't think he's actually on the button. I think it's I think we have that thing wrong a little bit. Yeah, it looks like the graphics are a little bit off on that. Pat was the cutoff, but he makes the call, as well as Andy makes the call, who is actually on the button. So Adam checks.
Andy bets 25.
Pat checks and Andy bets 25. So it's 25 to Adam. Andy having top pair. Adam with the 6s, not really the best flop for 6s. And Pat also makes the fold. So Andy's going to take that down with the top pair. do have another straddle from Andy in the cutoff here. So first action is going to be on Adam on the button. Makes the fold, does not defend his button, wasn't good enough for him. Logan also folding is 10-3, as well as John and also Jessica folding. So it looks like it was a $20 straddle as we had 10. Oh, well, we had a double straddle. That's what I missed. Okay, sorry. So Adam was on the button. Andy straddled and Pat double straddled. Or no, I think he raised to 20. I'm a little confused on what happened here. I think it may have been the other way around. Maybe Pat straddled and Andy double straddled. Either way, looks like we're off to a turn here. Pat with the Queen Jack and Andy with the 7-3. Not really the best flop for either player. Looks like on the turn the bet was 25 and a call. It did not pick up that 8 of hearts on the turn, however, but still, once again, not really anything for either player. And Pat is going to take that down, I believe, unless he folded. I'm not sure of the action here, but Pat with the... Yeah, Pat, looks like Pat won that one. I don't know if he bet and made Andy fold, or if it went down to showdown and Pat just had the best hand. Looks like just had a little bit of an issue there with the graphics with that 8 of hearts not picking up. Sure, we'll get some action in this hand. John with the ace-king suited under the gun. Going to raise here. See how much, too. He makes it 15. Jessica folds her king 8. Pat's going to fold that pretty quick as well. Andy might call here with the 7-8. He does not. I lied. Now, Adam's also got ace-king, but it's not suited. He makes the call. And Logan with the 4 deuce. Shirley's going to... Oh, he calls it. Never mind. I thought he was going to fold. I'm misreading how players are going to play. That's all right, though. We'll see a flop here, and maybe Logan can outflop both players. And looks like, I think it's Queen 9-6, but I could be wrong. It is Queen 9-6, and a 6 of spades on the turn. So spades get there, and not much for anybody. I mean, Adam's got a flush draw now with the king of spades. Logan basically has nothing except drawing to a 4 or a deuce, but he may not even think that's good. So bet a 15 from John, and there's the 4 on the river. Logan would have made 2 pair. But Adam calling the $15, and they both check on the river, and they're going to be chopping this pot, both having ace-king. Logan, if he would have made that call, would have taken that pot. But he can't think he's even good drawing to a 4 or a deuce, so... Looks like we had a misdeal there. It's alright though, we'll get this hand dealt up real quick. Here's the cumulative winnings so far. Oh, well, never mind. That went by way too fast. Oh, there we go. Alright, so it looks like John's up the most right now, up 158. Pat's down the most with 105. See, Andy, he got stacked twice in a row, and he's still only down $70, so he's brought it back a little bit. We're on to the next hand here with Jessica having ace-jack suited under the gun. Surely she'll raise here. And Pat with the 8-7 might fold here with a raise from Jessica. So 15 from Jessica. Pat does fold. On to Andy with the Queen 7 suited. He always plays those suited cards. I know that, especially since it's a Monday and he can hit that fully loaded flush promotion we have here at Stacks. So he makes the call and folds around to John, who also makes the call. So we're going to be 3 ways to a flop here, and 3 6-jack, 2 spades. So both Andy and Jessica are on club draws, but no clubs on the flop, so they're not going to hit a flush. But Jessica does hit top pair with top kicker, and John getting a little piece of it, getting middle pair, decides to bet, considering both other players checked to him. So Jessica's going to make the call, and Andy gets out of the way pretty quick. And a Queen of Diamonds on the turn, going to give both players basically nothing. Doesn't change much for either player. It is going to scare Jessica probably a little bit, considering, never mind, she decides to bet out this time for 65. I thought that would slow her down a little bit. Probably keep her from betting, considering it's a card over hers. But I guess she did not put John on a queen. Maybe she was taking advantage of the queen coming out, considering John was the one who bet. Maybe she put John on a jack. But regardless, John not having much there makes the fold. Looks like it's going to fold all the way around to Logan here. Logan makes the call. John folds and Jessica checks. So we're going to be heads up here. Logan v. Jessica. 7-7 jack, 2 spades. Jessica's got a jack. Logan's got a gutty. And also backdoor spades. Looks like Logan checks. Jessica bets $10. Logan makes the call here. Logan needs an 8 or a spade here. And a 7 on the turn, that's going to give it's going to give Jessica the win pretty much. Having 7s full of jacks. The only card that Logan would have needed to chop that pot was another 7. Got another straddle from Andy. We're going to see that a bunch tonight. I know he's going to straddle most of the time. Especially being under the gun. I don't think I've seen him not straddle while he's under the gun. It looks like it folds around to Jessica. Jessica makes the call. Pat's going to defend his button here. And Andy checks his option. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. All these players not having much. And Queen, Queen, Jack on the flop. Still not having much. Jessica's going to be in the lead here with the king high. But it checks around to Pat, and Pat's going to bet for 20. And it does make both players fold. A little bit of a bluff there from Pat. He saw the opportunity, and he took it, and it worked out for him. Andy on the button here. Adam is going to fold onto Logan, who makes the call. John folds. Jessica and Pat also fold. Both of them having 7 deuce. And Andy checks his option. So we're going to be heads up here. Both players not getting much there. Andy has the ace of spades though, so that's going to give him spade draw, backdoor spade draw, but a 3 of hearts makes that irrelevant now. But now he's got a wheel draw if he gets a 5. Does not get it. 4 diamonds on the river. And check, check. We're going to be chopping up this pot. Both players' kickers do not play. They're going to be just taking each other's money back. Logan's going to fold here under the gun. Not much in his hand. Can't really play a 10-6 like that. Under the gun. John here with the king 8 though makes the raise 15. King 8 suited. Jessica folds. Pat with the a6 off makes the call. On to Andy, who also makes the call with the king deuce suited. Adam on the button does not defend, so he folds. We're going to go 3 ways to a flop here. Flop comes deuce, queen, 9, 2 hearts. So that's going to give Andy bottom pair, but also the second nut flush draw. Pat with a 6 of hearts, but pretty much nothing else. And John, also not much for him either. So Andy's going to make a bet of 40, and both players are going to fold, as both players really didn't have much equity there on that flop.
I think about like halfway through, I like 50 hands around the
Weird out at hand number 25 of the night. John folds. Jessica's going to call with her Jack 3 suited. Pat folds. Andy folds. Adam folds. And on to the button, Logan, who's going to go ahead and check his Queen 5 off. We're going to be heads up to a flop here. Just King 4, Ace, Rainbow. Both players, once again, not really flopping much here. Looks like we got a flying bet at the dealer there, though, of $5. And Jessica, not even going to pay off $5.
Yeah, right. I am not. I just played 2 at 1 hand.
Every time Adam takes you, that's the tell.
Which one's Adam? Oh, I already figured that one out.
Nickel to go. I just got you so much bluff equity. You're welcome.
I don't even bluff.
Alright, so we got Jessica under the gun here with the King Jack suited. Makes a call. Pat calls the pocket 4s. Andy folds. Adam folds. On to Logan with the 9-4 off. Raises to 15. John going to make the call on the button with the 7-6. And Jessica and Pat call as well. We're going to be 4 ways to a flop here. It is King 8-3. Looks like we're having a bit of issues there with the graphics, but that's alright. I'm sure we'll get it figured out. But looks like, I believe Logan actually let out for 15 here. John folds, and Jessica raises to 55 with her top pair. Pat's going to fold his 4s. And see what Logan does here. We're just trying to, it looks like we're just trying to figure out the graphics here, I believe. Looks like he made the call. So we're now heads up on the turn. The turn is a deuce of diamonds. And Jessica's going to bet $100. Logan didn't have anything. Oh, okay. I think maybe his cards were read wrong? I don't know. Maybe his cards were read wrong earlier, but it looks like he does have King 9. Because I don't think that's what he had earlier. Or that's not what it showed, at least. So he's got King 9 suited, so I can see why he was actually betting now. But now he's in a bit of a tough spot here. I mean, he does not have the flush draw anymore, and his kicker's not really that good, so he probably won't make this call here, but he obviously can hit a 9 and win this pot. But he's got to think he's probably no good here. It's just hard when you have top pair. He does make the call, though. He needs a 9. A king would be no help. 9 and a 9 only, and he gets the 9 of diamonds on the river, rivering 2 pair, and Jessica gonna shove and snap call from Logan, hitting his 2 pair on the river. What a crazy river! The 3-outer for Logan spikes it. Of course, I don't think Jessica really played that wrong at all. I mean, she was playing her hand very well, and unfortunately just got got rivered by Logan.
Huh? Oh, on the river? No, he was saying. No, I'm saying. I'm saying if I break the river, I can fold. If you break the river. No, I'm never folding that river. That river ever.
Not sure if Jessica's coming back or not, but
I don't think I can fold. Especially with that board.
looks like we are currently 5-handed at the moment. She does not have more chips in front of her, so if she does come back, it'll be a little bit later. But we'll be 5-handed this hand. Straddle from Andy under the gun. Folds to John. John with the ace-7 off makes the call. Pat with the 10-4 probably will defend his button here, as he does. And Andy with the king-jack off. His option. I think he's thinking about raising here. He might throw a little bit more in there. And he does. Looks like he makes it 40. It's going to be 30 more. Sorry, he makes it 50. So it'll be 40 more from both players, and both players fold. So it looks like Jessica is coming back. She just had to go get some more chips. So we'll be back to 6-handed on this next hand.
Because you raised to 55, I called 55, and I was already like 80 and pot pre-flop. And on the off chance that you're bluffing and you check river, I win. But if I spike a 9 like I did, then I win. I mean, like if I hit a king there and you rip, I'm still folding.
I love it.
Yeah, it doesn't improve. It does. I'm not beating anything I wasn't already beating if I hit an array.
You had a great game. Nice job.
Andy on the button here. See, Adam might hop in this hand with the king-9 off. He does not. I changed my mind. He decides to fold. Logan with the queen-deuce suited probably might hop in, though. Suited card. Never mind. Some players are just, they play so differently every hand. It's like they'll do this one hand and the next hand they won't. I might as well just stop predicting what people are going to do, because clearly I cannot understand when they're going to play and when they're not. But it looks like John here is actually going to limp with ace-king, so this could be interesting. And ace-deuce-3 on the flop. I'm sure he'll actually check his option here, which he does. Kind of hide that he's got ace-king. He's trying to trap here. And a 7 of spades on the turn. Once again, doesn't really change much. No, the only straight that's there is the wheel. And someone probably would have bet some. But Andy now with the flush draw. Pat also hitting a pair. So John betting 20, and both of those players call. And a 10 of spades on the river. It's going to give Andy the flush. John checks. Pat's probably also going to check here. Andy's, of course, going to bet his flush. Bet 60. John not going to get away, unfortunately. He let Andy get there. Andy's going to show John that he's got the flush. He's got him beat. And John's not too happy about that. Sometimes limping with ace-king can be good, but in a case like that, unfortunately, you let your opponent draw to a better hand. A raise pre-flop might have gotten Andy out of there, but Andy, like I said earlier, he likes to go for that loaded flush. He will call with pretty much any suited hand. Unless, of course, it's a 3-bet or a 4-bet. But if it's a small raise to 15, I'm sure he'll call. Adam on the button here, and a straddle from Andy, of course. Adam with the ace-3 has an ace, so he'll probably get in there. Looks like he's thinking about raising here. He does raise. It looks like 20. Logan folds. John makes the call with the 10-9. Jessica folds. Pat with the 5-4 also makes the call. Andy with the queen-8 off also makes the call. Defending his straddle, so we're going to go 4 ways to a flop here. And it's 9, jack, ace, 2 spades. So Andy going to pick up a gutter ball. Pat basically nothing. John's got, he flopped a pair here with the 9. And also a backdoor straight draw, but Adam flopping top pair. Checks around to him. He's going to c-bet, of course, hitting his ace for 25. John's going to fold. Pat's going to fold. And I'm sure Andy will as well with just the gutty and also backdoor spades. But it looks like he wants to gamble a little bit. He's known for gambling. He does make the call.
Andy calls and checks dark.
See a turn here, and the turn's going to be a 7 of clubs. Not really doing much for Andy, except giving him 2 ends of the straight. That doesn't really matter. He still needs a 10. Giving him no more outs than the 3 outs he originally had to make that straight. Check, check, and I cannot see the river. Sure, we'll see it here in a second, though. It is the 7 of diamonds. Does not help Andy whatsoever. And improves Adam's hand to 2 pair. So Andy checks. Adam's going to bet anything, and Andy's going to fold.
That's why I was like, after 25, why would you check again?
You know, flush draw on the flop.
Oh, no. Got shot.
I mean, the chances of your hand improving there are probably pretty high, so I do not want to play too much.
They're very low.
I got
4 outs. You have 4 outs.
Pat has 100 behind.
You have a bad ace?
Why didn't he say 12 nuts?
He had a 10.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
You needed a 10. Yeah, same. You got a great shot.
Here we go. We got John with the pocket deuces. Going to go ahead and call. Folds around to Andy
But I was like,
with
if
the
I could hit
5-4.
or
Also
something,
folds.
spade on
Yeah,
the-
Adam with
check there
10-3.
unless you think
Probably
Adam
going to
is
fold
good.
as well.
call the 20
And
shot.
Logan's going to probably check his option with the 10-6 off. And here we go. Heads up to a flop.
Under the gun limp. He looks at his phone like he doesn't have a hand. No thanks.
Cannot see the flop fully, but it looks like ace-ace-5. It's ace-3-5. John bets $5 and Logan folds.
Backdoor straight draw. For the 6.
I want to see that one.
I'm glad you made it free. I would have had to fold my $5. Looks like I see 2 cards.
I wish I did. If you bet 25, I would have raised it. Call.
That's Queen 8, right?
No, he said he put it on open-ended. I would have played a lot more aggressive.
Now you can see the pre-flop raise percentages there, and shows the aggression of certain players. And
Get there on the turn.
you can see Andy, of course, at the top. This will be an interesting hand here. We got Jessica with the Jack-10 suited, makes the call. Pat with pocket 8 is going to raise it up to 15. Andy folds. Adam with the same hand as Andy, just suited, also folds. Logan with the Jack-7 suited makes the call. John with pocket 6s also makes the call, as well as Jessica's. We're going to go 4 ways to a flop here. And 7-4 deuce 2 hearts, so Logan's going to pick up top pair. Pat's got an overpair to that. John's got an underpair to that. And Jessica's got some backdoor draws. And it looks like Pat's going to bet out for 30 here, having an overpair to the board. Logan calls. John folds, John folds as well as Jessica. So we're going to go heads up here to the turn. And a deuce of clubs on the turn changes really nothing. Logan has 4 outs to win this pot. Pat bets 40, and Logan obviously going to make the call, still having top pair on the board with a decent kicker as well. And a 10 of hearts on the river. Bringing in the hearts, though, so that could scare Pat a little bit. We'll see.
35.
It does not slow him down. He does decide to bet out for 35. See what Logan does here.
That's like the biggest value on the fight. He's down bad. Fucking all up.
He's talking.
Nines, Pat. That can't be nines anyway.
Not sure what it's all about, but he's definitely talking. I wonder if he's talking to Pat. But he does fold. So Pat's going to take it down. Had the winner anyways. On to the next hand here. Pat's gonna fold a 7 deuce. We're not playing the 7 deuce game. I wanted to try and get some of the players to opt into playing that because I think that'd be great for the stream. I think the 7 deuce game is pretty fun to have on stream. But some players just don't like doing that. So if one player disagrees, then unfortunately we can't do it. So it looks like we have a raise from John with the queen 10 off and 2 callers. So we're gonna see a flop here, 3 ways. Jack, queen 6, 2 clubs. So Jessica gonna flop second pair with a flush draw. Logan's got some backdoor draws here, backdoor straight draws. Obviously not gonna be much for him, but John with top pair obviously gonna c-bet here for 30, and Jessica's gonna make a quick call and hits her flush on the turn. So now John is drawing dead, and it goes check, check. Let's see a river, 3 of spades. John thinking he might be best here and wants to see where he's at, so he's just gonna go ahead and bet for 40 with his top pair. Kicker not playing the board. Jessica with the flush here though. She does make a raise here. Looks like 130. I'm sure John will be able to get away from this. He's getting about 3 to 1 on a call, but with a flush being there, I don't know if he'll make the call or not. And he does make the call, actually. He's going to see the bad news that Jessica did turn him. Hit the turn and hit the flush.
Hey, Kinsey, let me get 300.
Yeah, it will be. If he loses again, it will be.
If I forget, I'll remember the next one.
No problem. Remember, sir, it's never too late.
I know that's right. Only in a relationship.
That's true. That's what I'm doing. Nick, where'd you go? Andy fold. Adam fold.
So he's going to fold all the way around to John here.
Raises to 15.
John makes it 15 with the king 10 off, and it's going to fold all the way around, and John's going to get that one.
I know, I would have had it 3 times. Would have lost every time.
Nick, where'd you go? Adam fold. Logan fold. John makes it 20. Jessica, what are we at? Pat calls.
Ooh, this looks like a great hand here. We got Andy on the button with jacks, and John in the under the gun +2 has ace queen suited. He's going to make it 20. Pat in the cutoff with ace 4 off makes the call, and Andy decides to raise it up to 65. Here's the 3-bet. John with ace queen suited, not going anywhere. Question is he's going to raise. He does 4-bet. Looks like, is that 200? I think it was 200. He 4-bet to 215. It looks like both players folded. I'm surprised Andy decided to not play those jacks there, but I guess he wasn't comfortable shoving because he pretty much had to shove there with jacks, and I guess he was not comfortable. He could have easily thought that he was behind already. Because aces, kings, queens is definitely in John's range there for betting.
Nick, where'd you go? John.
Oh, and here we go. On to the next hand. Pat's got the Rockets. And looks like we went 3 ways to a flop here. Jessica flopping top pair, and Andy's got a gutter ball as well as backdoor diamonds. Pat's got aces, obviously. He's going to bet out for 25. Andy's going to make the call. And Jessica with top pair isn't going to go anywhere either, so she makes the call as well. 3 ways to a turn. 3 of hearts on the turn. No help to anybody really. It gives Pat 2 pairs, so that's actually not a bad card for him at all. He's going to love that. And he bets out for 40. Andy doesn't want to give up any more chips here on his draw. And Jessica drawing to 1 out. The Jack of Spades is the only card she can hit to win this pot. Calls the 45. Here we go. Heads up to the river. Needs the Jack of Spades, and is not the Jack of Spades. It is the 9 of clubs. Jessica checks. Pat bets 50. Jessica probably gonna. She might actually call this. She's getting 5 to 1 on a call with the top pair, and also the 3s on the board, giving her jacks and 3s with a 10. She does make the call, and Pat's gonna show her. He's got her beat.
$10 straddle.
On to the next hand here. Of course, we got Andy straddling and the hijack. Logan's gonna call with the Jack 7 off. Folds around to back to Andy in the straddle. The Queen Jack offsuit, and decides to raise.
50 total, 40 more.
Raises to 50. Adam with the Ace 8 who called makes the fold. And Logan with the Jack 7 also gonna fold. Here we are. We got. Looks like we had a straddle, I believe. May have just been a raise. But it looks like Andy raised to 50 with the Queen 10 suited, and Pat's gonna call.
Heads up, 1 check dark.
So we're gonna be heads up to a flop here. It's 3 Jack King with 2 clubs. So Pat's gonna flop top pair. Andy's gonna flop open-ended straight draw. Neither of the players have clubs, and Andy's gonna go ahead and c-bet for 50. Pat's gonna raise to 100, and Andy's gonna call. So we're gonna see a turn here, and the Ace of Hearts giving Andy Broadway, and Pat now drawing to a 10 to chop it up. Pat has no outs to win this pot. Pat's going to bet 50. Andy's going to shove all in for $80. And of course, Pat's going to make the call and see the bad news. The only card he can hit is the 10 to chop up this pot. And oh my god, the 10 of hearts on the river, making it a chop pot. Unbelievable. Went from one player being way ahead, or one player being way ahead to the other player being way ahead to both of them end up chopping it up. That is insane. Now Chris got to stack all those chips back up, figure out how much goes where.
Andy straddles for 10. Hey, Rock. Let Charlie know we miss his bad commentary. Adam folds, Logan folds.
Got another straddle from Andy.
John makes it 30.
Looks like he's in the under the gun +1 this time.
Pat folds.
It's going to fold around to John, who makes it 30. Folds all the way back to Andy in the straddle. The king jack off, probably going to make the call here, defending his straddle. I think he's actually thinking about maybe 3-betting here. But he does just call. So we're going to go heads up to a flop here.
Heads up.
And King 8 ace rainbow, so Andy's going to go ahead and get that second pair. John's got third pair, but also has a backdoor diamond draw. So he is going to bet up for 25. Andy's going to make the call. Heads up to the turn. We got a 6 of clubs, it looks like. 6 of clubs. Changes nothing for both players. Andy's going to check. Looks like John makes it 55, and Andy's going to fold.
Pretty good with the dates. Funny, somebody will say, well, what about Bruce?
Unless you call our head ace. Did I have ace? Hey, the king.
Andy straddles for 10. So she's gonna make 2 pairs.
Not everybody can be as lucky as.
We got Adam with the ace 10.
I'm not letting that go.
In the under the gun +1, but he's going to be first to act because of Andy's straddle in the under the gun. So he's actually going to raise it up. Looks like he makes it 30, either 30 or 25. Yeah, he makes it 30. Logan's going to fold. Now John's got ace king off in the hijack, so he's going to call. Jessica folds her ace 6. Pat on the button. We'll see what he has, or we won't because he folds. Pat had king 8. Andy with the queen 8 in the straddle makes the fold. So they're going to be... oh, it looks like John actually did 3-bet. Sorry, he 3-bet to 65. And Adam makes the call. Looks like the stream's being a little bit laggy here. It looks like he is going to make the call. Adam with ace 10. John with ace king. Go heads up to a flop here. It's going to be deuce 4-5. Pretty much no help to either player. John's going to like that flop, though, because he knows it's not going to be in Adam's range. And Adam checks, which means that's pretty much the green light for John to go ahead and bet here. He bets out for 50. Adam's going to be in this weird spot where he's not even sure if he should play or not. Of course, he does have the same out as John for that wheel, the 3. He does make the call though. So he's gonna need a little bit of help here on the turn. A 3 would make it to where they're gonna be chopping. A 10 would put Adam in the lead. A 6 of spades, no help to either player. Of course, I think John knows he's ahead. Or at least at worst chopping. at the moment. And yep, he does bet, and he bets a lot. He puts Adam all in. He is all in for 152 effective. Which I think the graphic's going to be a little bit wrong. It's probably about 150. We're playing in only $5 increments. And anytime someone chops a pot, the system will automatically do it in intervals of 1 instead of 5. So I think he's probably got 150 in his stack. As you can see at the bottom of the screen there, we got that 3,000 guaranteed tomorrow at 7 p.m. As I mentioned earlier in the stream. Looks like Adam does fold. Y'all excuse me for just a little bit. I'll be right back. I'm sure y'all be able to hear the table audio. Hopefully y'all can. I'll be right back.
I can tell you right now, I did not have straight.
Did you have anything?
I had ace high.
Ace something.
I had ace high too.
I had the best ace high.
Oh yeah, then yours still beat me.
Yeah, it was good fold though.
Yeah.
Good fold or bad play?
Good move.
Adam folds. Logan folds. John makes it 15. Jessica folds. Pat calls. Andy calls. 3 players. John checks, Pat checks, Andy checks. 20.
I was
John
gonna try to
checks.
steal it now too.
Pat bets 20. Andy
to
folds.
it.
John
John
had the
folds.
best hand.
I was gonna go all in. I was like, screw it.
Yeah, I had ace.
That was the
Figured
best hand.
if John won with the best hand.
That was the best
If
hand.
John can win with ace king, I can win with ace king.
I had an ace too. That's why I was like, I was gonna do it.
Give me a free bet.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's how I thought. I figured
Yeah.
John can get ace king, I gotta get one with it too. That is really a great hand. You don't flop something, you're sometimes so screwed.
Alright, I just got back here and it looks like Logan's got queens here. Heads up against Andy with the queen deuce clubs. And a 5 diamonds on the turn, so Andy's got bottom pair here and Logan's got queens, so he's going to be in a good spot here. And a 6 of hearts on the river, so no help to Andy here. And surely, as you can see, Andy kind of showing the camera there, showing his deuce off. Looks like Andy had checked and Logan bet. And obviously not much of a choice there for Andy but to fold.
Pat straddles the 10. Andy double straddle. $20 double straddle.
We got Adam with pocket kings here. And it looks like we have a double either a double straddle or there's, I believe it is a double straddle. From Andy. I'm not sure who straddled first. My guess would be Pat. And it looks like Adam is going to raise here with the Cowboys to 40. Logan folds the queen 7 suited.
I had that problem when I played it.
Yep, it was Pat that did the double, or that did the straddle, and then Andy had double straddled. So then John's going to fold here as well. On to Jessica on the button. Looks like Adam actually made it 80. I misread the raise earlier.
I honestly didn't want to say that, but that's okay. Engineering, you use calculators and computers.
That is very fair. So you're using a TI-84.
Exactly.
Jessica with her unscanned hand. We were unsure of what she has, but she's thinking about this, so I think she might actually call here.
It is very hard. Well, okay. It is. That is 20 times 4 is hard. Other stuff I
Now she's going to make a raise. She does. She rips it all in. Blind hand. Of course, Pat with the Jack 10. I don't think he's going to be able to call now. He might have called the 80, but I don't think he's going to call this shove here. He does fold. So we'll see. Of course, Adam's not going to go anywhere. He's going to go ahead and put the rest of his chips in.
Well, he only has a little bit in the back of him.
Oh, Andy's still in the hand too. I forgot about Andy being in the double straddle, and he's got ace 9. So what? I wonder what he's going to do here. With him having an ace, that's less chance of Jessica having aces, so Adam might actually be ahead here. And he does go ahead and rip it all in. Of course, Adam's not going anywhere either. So we'll just have to see exactly what Jessica has.
Deuces? You got deuces?
My guess would be queens, but she could easily have anything. She could have aces, she could have jack, she could have ace king.
You're going to have 10 back.
My guess is she probably has queens though. We'll see.
Anybody's got jacks or tens.
35 going into main. He's got $10.
Three-way all in here at stacks.
$20.
From what we know, Adam is the one in the lead here. An ace is not what Adam wants to see on the flop here. Let's see a flop. It is queen 10-5, so if she does have queens, she's going to be taking down the pot. But with pretty much blank. Oh, and she has pocket 5s for a flop set. Wow, is not what I put her on considering she shoved like that. I put her on a much higher pair. She could have had 10s as well, but she had 5s, and she does actually flop her set. Going to be taking down that pot, cracking kings, and also ace 9.
No, I thought it was losing that. When you told me you had kings, I thought it was losing that hand. You got a great hand.
Unbelievable.
Alright, boss, I got you logged out. Thank you for the Take care, sir. Alright, we got a $10 straddle from Andy. Chips are in transit. He's 300 behind. $10 straddle.
Alright, we got Logan, the under the gun +1 with ace queen off.
Raise to 30.
He's going to go ahead and raise it up.
John fold.
Raises it up to 30. Little 3x raise from the $10 straddle from Andy. It's going to fold around to Pat. Pat's going to make the call with his king 10 off. And Andy with ace 3 suited, obviously not going to go anywhere either. So we're going to be 3 ways to a flop here.
Andy calls the 30. 3 players to the flop.
Alright, looks like the cards didn't want to read. There we go. It's going to be 7 of hearts, 6 of clubs, 6 of diamonds.
Andy checks. Logan bets 30. Pat folds.
So not much help to anybody.
Heads up.
But Logan going to c-bet here for 30. Looks like Pat folded, but Andy called. Now we're heads up to the turn, which was a 4 diamonds, and they check. Heads up to a river, 3 of spades, and Andy's gonna hit his 3 on the river, so he's gonna be taking down that pot.
Bryce, did you on vacation or something? Did you go on vacation or something?
Oh,
You look super tan.
do I look super tan? No kidding. That's super.
No fold to go. Close diamonds. John folds.
Alright, looks like we got Andy on the button here, and it's going to fold around to Jessica with the jack 6 off, makes the call, as well as Pat with the pocket deuces makes the call, and Andy's going to check his option with the 9-6 off. And deuce jack 8 rainbow is going to have Pat flopping a set and Jessica flopping top pair, but it's going to check around, and a 6 on the turn going to give Jessica 2 pair. It's going to be devastating for her because Pat has a set. She bets 25. Pat's going to go ahead and trap here and just calls. Andy also making a pair though on the turn, but does go ahead and fold it. Heads up to a river here. And it looks like it's a 5, so Jessica's not going to be winning this pot. It's a 5 of clubs. Pat's going to have the winner here.
65.
Looks like the action's not showing, but looks like Jessica bet, I think it was 65, and Pat calls. And going to show her the bad news that he trapped her with his set of ducks. Looks like it's Logan on the button. We got 2 callers. Jessica with the king 5 suited, and Andy with the 5-4 off. Andy's going to flop open-ended here. Logan's got backdoor diamonds. 9 of spades on the turn. It's going to give Logan an open-ended as well. Open-ended to a bigger straight. And Jessica really with nothing much here. But it's probably going to check around here. Logan actually may bet a little bit here. Looks like he did. He bet 10. Get the pot a little bit bigger in case he hits a straight. Andy calls. Heads up to the river. And a 4 of spades, so no straights get there, but Andy does go ahead and hit a pair, so it goes check, and Andy's going to win with his pair of 4s.
I've really been needing to do this every time I call it.
Quit asking for them.
You're the one that got it and then you use. I can't.
I didn't ask for them, they just gave me.
What's up, Matt? Good to see you hop in. Game's been great so far. We're a little short-handed. I think we got 6 players playing at the moment. We're on to the next hand here, and Jessica under the gun. think we had a straddle, actually. I think there was a straddle. There was a straddle. Looks like we're actually five-handed. I believe Adam left. I think Logan was the one who, or Andy was the one who straddled. Logan called. John on the button makes the call, as well as Jessica under the gun makes the call. So it's going to be 3 players to a flop. 5, 10, 7, 2 spades. So Jessica going to hit top pair. Andy doesn't really have much here. And folds to a bet of 30, as well as John folding to a bet of 30. No, Pat doesn't commentate. Charlie is the one who commentates usually, but he hasn't been commentating lately. He's been busy with work. And we haven't had many streams lately either. But it'll probably be me more times than not now. It'll either be me or Charlie, or nobody. Just depends. Pat with the suited connector here, probably going to go ahead and hop in this pot. I don't see him folding that. Andy with the jack 7 off probably won't go anywhere either, 5-handed. I lied. His range is so different every hand. He folds. Logan calls with 8-6 off. John with the ace-6 makes the call as well. And we're going to go 4 ways to a flop here. 9-9-5, 2 hearts. So Jessica going to flop trips here. Pat's got a gutter ball to a straight flush, which is not going to happen because Logan's got that card. Logan's got a gutter as well, though. So both of them have gutters, but Pat also has a flush draw. John, with basically nothing, folds to the bet of 10 from Pat. And Jessica, going to try and trap here with her trips, makes the call instead of raising here. And a 10 of clubs on the turn. That's going to give Pat more outs to his straight. And looks like he bets 10. Jessica makes it 35, or 40, sorry, and Pat calls. So we're going to be heads up to a turn, or to a river, sorry. The 5 of diamonds on the river. It's going to help Pat not, it's going to be a very bad card for Pat, but also a good one because really, I mean, Jessica's not going to, it's a really bad card for Jessica because Jessica's going to not get any value here considering the board pairs again. And Pat does not have a 9 or a 5, so he knows he is probably behind there. So it's a pretty bad card for Jessica, and actually a somewhat good one for Pat, considering he knows he can just get out of the way, and there's nothing for him to call there. But of course, he had nothing anyways. He had 8 high, so he's playing the board. Pat had a good amount of outs, but that was not one of them. We got Pat on the button here. Looks like we have a straddle from Andy again. Logan's going to make the call. And then it's going to fold around to Pat on the button, who defends his button with the 6 deuce off. And Andy in the straddle is going to probably go ahead and check this. The jack 7 suited. 3 ways to a flop. We are unaware of Logan's hand, but with the flop being king 3-9, it's going to help the 2 players' hands that we can see. Does not help them at all. So we'll see what Logan does here with the blind hand. He bets out for 10. Pat's going to fold this pretty quick, and Andy is going to fold as well. So Logan's going to take that down, and we don't even know what he had.
Sawdust, actually. They use sawdust.
I just wanted to let y'all know the stream will be ending pretty soon. We are having a bit of a shorter stream today. The stream just ended a little bit early today. We're going to try and have a great schedule where we go from 8 to midnight. That's our goal. Tonight, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I know we're going to end here probably within the next 10 minutes, unfortunately. But we're definitely trying to get back on schedule and have the longer streams. We are starting a little bit later than we used to, mainly just because we're trying to go towards the players. And I'll finish what I'm saying in here in a little bit because we got a great flop here. We got Logan flopping a set as well as Jessica flopping a flush draw and Andy flopping top pair. And the 7 of spades on the turn, giving Andy 2 pair, Logan a set, and Jessica with the flush draw. So this is a great action. It's a great action hand here. And Logan's going to bet 25. Of course, both players are going to call. Actually, looked like Andy wanted to raise here with his 2 pair. He raises it up to 95. Of course, Logan's not going anywhere ever. I am not dealing tonight. I'm not dealing tonight, Matt. So Logan's going to make the call, setting the trap. Not going to raise here. And Jessica debating if she wants to go ahead and call to try and hit her flush. I think she will. She does. So she's going to call. So she needs a club. Logan just needs to avoid a jack or a 7. And a king. So this is a great card for Logan. It does count. It's actually kind of a bad card. I mean, it counterfeits Andy's 2 pair, but he's still going to think his jack's going to be pretty good here. But at the same time, he could easily put both players on a king. Jessica, however, obviously missed her flush draw, so she's not gonna call any bet. Logan's gonna bet out here for, it looks like that's $100. Jessica's gonna fold this one pretty quick. Andy might make the call here, but at the same time, his 2 pair got counterfeited, so he could easily think that Logan could just have a king and be winning this hand. So he does actually lay it down. One of the worst rivers, really, for Logan, I feel like, because it just completely counterfeits Andy's 2 pair, which means Andy's more than likely not going to call any bet. Even though Andy's getting 4 to 1 on a call there, not much he can do. As I was saying, though, we're going to try to get back on schedule. And we definitely plan on having one on Wednesday. We do have a stream plan for Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. So we will have that going. It's going to be a 5 on the button. 5 on the button hold'em game as well. And here we got Logan with pocket kings on the button. Jessica with the A7 and the underline +1 calls. And everyone else folds. Back to Logan's option. He's probably going to raise it up a little bit. He does. He makes it, I believe, a quarter or either 30. It was 30. Makes 25 more. And Jessica go ahead and makes the call. So she needs an ace. An ace will put her in the lead here. And an ace in the window. Logan hates that. Jessica probably gonna bet here, hitting her ace. She does. Looks like 75. And Logan, obviously, he might actually get away here. He does not like seeing that ace. And he doesn't have a club, so we'll see what he does here. He might call one time. And a fold. He does get away. And I'm unaware of when the last hand is. I think it could be this one. It's probably either this one or the next hand. So I was not given the exact hand on when we ended. I just know it's supposed to end right around 10 o'clock. But here we go on to the next one. Could be the last one. We got Jessica here with the 10-5 suited, makes the call. Pat with the 10-4 makes the fold. Andy folds as well. Logan with the ace-9 goes ahead and just limps in. And John on the button with 10-7 suited makes the call. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. Pretty much all the 10s are dead. And Jack deuce 3. Rainbow, no help to anyone. Checks around. And turn card's going to be the Queen of Spades. Still help to nobody. Rivers and 8 of hearts once again. Still help to nobody. Logan probably liking his ace high a little bit, but obviously going to check. He's unaware of what everyone has, so he's just going to check it. He's going to take down this pot with ace high.
Ace high.
Put them together. We got to play a
Had the worst hand going in.
Looks like that was not the last hand, as we are shuffling up another hand, so
Alright, we got a double straddle from Andy.
you'll at least get to see one more. It looks like we got a double straddle here. Pat straddles under the gun, and Andy's going to double straddle under the gun +2, or +1, sorry. And Logan in the hijack makes the fold. John with Queen 7 suited in the cutoff might call here. He does not. I lied. He folds. Jessica, however, will probably call this with the King Jack off. Looks like she actually decides to raise it. She's going to make it, I believe that's 85. Pat with the 10-7, probably not going to be able to play this here. Can't really defend his straddle, and Andy with the double straddle probably won't be able to defend with his double straddle either with the Queen 6, so he folds as well. So Jessica going to be taking down 30 bucks without even seeing a flop.
Just because I'm gonna play.
We're gonna need a couple of them.
I need some right.
Who else is Erica? I don't want to play three-handed.
I was gonna say thanks too. If you guys wanna hang out for a little bit, Tanya's on her way in, I'm gonna play when she gets here. Even if it's not.
So I believe that was the last hand of the stream, guys. So I appreciate y'all watching the stream. We do plan on having a stream on Wednesday and also Sunday. 5 on the button, no limit hold'em game going on Wednesday. We do have our 3K Tuesday tournament, the 3K guaranteed Tuesday tournament tomorrow night at 7 p.m. If you're around the Lubbock area, make sure to come by Stack Social Club and come play in that tournament. 5004 Frankfurt Avenue, Suite 500. Yeah, guys, hope y'all enjoyed tonight. We had a little bit of a shorter stream, but we will get back on schedule. We'll definitely have a full stream on Wednesday, hopefully. Hope to see y'all there. Y'all have a great night.